Thank you for joining our sixth episode of our webcast for the simple introductory to vendor management. We're still actually going through the dashboard for vendor management. Today, I'm actually going to cover the other options, which is the vendor payment term today in this short webcast. So just like we did in the previous couple of webcasts, we're going to start with a list of vendor payment. What does vendor payment means? Vendor payment is usually, if you have our accounting portion of the system, this is actually triggers out the accounting piece and when things go into your GL for deduction from your account and so forth. It's more of a GL operations, a general ledger operation for your accounting. If you're actually have a different or you're using a different accounting package, this still can help because you can export into an Excel, for example, the dates of which things got ordered, and then you can incorporate that somehow in your accounting packages. But out of the box, again, let me close this. We're going to get the list of vendor payments out of the box. Out of the box, you get end of work day, end of day if you operate on weekends, end of the month on delivery. So what would happen is you may actually, and we talked about this when we talked about the order method. The order method may have been a fax. You ordered it, but actually you will not deduct you would not, in a sense, pay the supplier/vendor until the end of the month or whenever the items get delivered. Again, we will actually cover more or less when we start talking about the DB server portion of the UI, how you can actually incorporate new items you add into this list to the workflow so you can trigger things to happen on the accounting side of our enterprise. So this is the list. Let me just go back into high contrast again. This is the list out of the box. You shouldn't or would not be able to modify them. Anything you add is specific to your company. If you're actually purchasing our software from a third party, meaning one of our resellers, then they have what's called a multi-tenant, and different companies can enter stuff, but you will only see the stuff related to your company. So again, this is a list. Again, you can export most of this stuff to across the board or our dialog boxes to either a PDF or an Excel. This is just the list of how you actually have payment terms. So if you have 4 or 5 suppliers, each one have different payment terms, you will add 4 or 5 depending on the number of vendors. So that is the list. Now let's go in and add a new vendor payment method. And this time we're gonna create a new payment method that says we're actually gonna fire up the sequence of deduction to do the payment when the fax is received. So whenever they receive the fax, you have a good relationship. You pay upfront before you even get stuff delivered. So we'll say on fax sent. The description, we'll just say when the fax is sent, payment from account X is deducted. Again, you will always have the ability to give our internal system number for this specific trigger, or you can use whatever you have in your GL. We actually will give it here any name, so I'm going to call it let's just give it our standard on fax sent dash 00001, and we add it. So it should be in our list now. Again, we can export it to Excel, we can export it to a PDF, and when done, we're closing the. Not different than any other ones we covered already in previous webcast. You can update. So on fax sent, but I want to actually make that capital. Just update it, and it's updated, and I'm going to close the dialog box. So we already now in the last 3-4 lessons we covered ship via, we covered the order method, and now we cover the payment method. Now our next webcast we'll cover the vendor payment terms. Thank you for watching our webcast. Hope it was informative, and keep watching our channel for additional lessons. Thank you very much.